Welcome back. I'm Calvin, Statue Fanatic, here with another episode of Collecting on a Budget. This is a show where I show you some really cool collectibles that you can collect and not break the bank. Today I have a half-scale bust of Venom by Diamond Select. This is a figure that George and I saw in San Diego, and we saw it again in New York, and it finally was released and I got it just a couple of days ago. So I'll take a look at the box and get it open here and show you guys what we have. And if you like the content that we're bringing to you, don't forget to like and subscribe. So let's take a look at the box here. Now, right off the bat, what I'll say is this. Presentation as far as the box is concerned is really slick. On video here, it may look pretty plain, but if you get to see this like in person, I'm not gonna go on and on about a box, but because it's collected on a budget, not a very expensive statue, I think they made the presentation in the box look really cool and make you kind of anticipate what's in it. So as I look around the box, it has this embossed logo here that says Legends, and it says in 3D dimensions. Now this is a line of figures that Diamond Select is bringing out, and I think it's just the bust figures that they're bringing out, because there's Captain America, there is Jack Sparrow, I think, and there's also Venom, Deadpool, and maybe a couple of other busts that are coming out as part of this series. So if you're into collecting busts, this might be something you want to, check out. So anyway, on the back over here, it gives a little history of Venom. We all know about how Spider-Man ended up getting the black suit and all of that. Talks a little bit about that here. It shows that this is 192 of 1,000, so there's only 1,000 of these guys made. That's pretty cool. It's a low edition run, relatively speaking, considering that it's a small piece. And then here it shows who designed it. It says Joe Allard designed this and sculpted by Rocco Tartamale. I am seeing this guy's name a lot, and I've done some looking up in terms of who this Rocco person is, and he's got some really cool work out there, and a lot of Diamond Select figures that are coming out are sculpted by him. Some other ones that I'm going to be reviewing are sculpted by this guy, and they look really cool. As I look around now, here you have it. This is what Venom looks like. As far as the art cover, he looks pretty cool. 1/2 scale resin bust is fully sculpted. It's not PVC or anything. Marble here, and then on the top they have, you may not, yeah, there you go. If you can see that, it's a Spider-Man logo with this neon looking light. Now, that's enough about this box. This is probably the most I've talked about any box since I've been unboxing stuff. So we'll just go ahead and get this guy unboxed, all right? Right off the bat, in the box on the top here, you have another cool, slick looking certificate of authenticity that says Venom, and it shows that it's 192 of 1,000. Pretty cool there, if you can see that. We'll put that aside and get him out of the box. This is what he looks like out of the box. A little impressive. I mean, it's a completely resin statue. It's not PVC. Loving that about it. I'll give it a once around here so you can check him out. There you go. Get some close-ups there. You can see what's going on here. Now, overall, he looks pretty decent. I don't have any major complaints about this guy. There's a couple of things that I've noticed that I'll point out, but if you're a bust collector, Venom fan, something you might want to consider. Especially if you don't want to collect these large figures, you want to collect something small. This guy was $134. And I know that there are some people that are really crazy Venom fans, and this might be something they want to pick up. We'll start here with the sculpt of this guy. As you can see with some of these close-ups, did a pretty decent job with that. There's quite a bit of detail and wrinkling and texturing in the skin. Loving that. As you turn this around, he is sitting on top of, the bust is sitting on top of what looks like a chimney of some type of brick pillar. And you see the symbiote kind of all around there. That looks pretty decent as well. His neck, veins, stuff like that. I mean, they did a pretty decent job representing Venom. This is supposed to be as he appears in the Marvel comics. Not bad. And then something that you don't see as much in terms of the saliva, it's green. I have seen various versions of him where the saliva is green, and you can see that. It has this translucent greenish tint to it, and it's dripping off of there. It looks like it could be a pretty delicate piece, so you definitely want to be careful there. And then the teeth, pretty finely detailed, texturing, coloring, all that stuff looks really cool. And then you can see the detail and design in his jaw. did a nice job with all of that. And then as you go down to the base that he's sitting on top of, that also has a lot of design and detail. And as far as the paint application is concerned on this, it's good. Overall, it's done well. There are some areas on here, for example, like right here on his jaw, where this real shiny part, you can see that it's more likely an error, but you can kind of maybe chalk it up to saliva running down his face, but I'm pretty sure that's not what that's supposed to be. Overall, not bad though. There's one other area on the back of it that has a speck of red paint. So overall quality of it looks pretty good. Now when you look at his eyes, the detail in his eyes and everything, and how well these little areas of the symbiote is painted over his eyes, that looks nice. And in his gums, you can see this, you know, blackish shading here that looks good as well. And then as you go down to the base, the texture and the shading on the brick and the concrete looks good. And overall, he does have sort of a, he's black, but he has a bluish tint to where you can see the texturing and where it's raised. So I like it overall. It's a really good piece. I'm not a big bust collector, but if you're a big Venom fan, it might be something you might want to pick up. It's kind of hard sometimes for me to visualize this because it says, in terms of size, it says that it's a half-scale legendary bust. And when we were at Comic-Con in New York and I saw just how massive a 1-to-1 scale Venom bust looked, it doesn't look like if you double this that it would be that size. It's 10 inches tall, so it fits really comfortable in a DTOF. And like I said, this is the second in a series of the 3D Legends line. And if you had both of them will fit into a DTOF. Now, when we were at Comic-Con, like I mentioned earlier when I was talking about the box, I think, is that there are a number of busts coming out in this line. I looked before I did this review online to see if there was any more that they had announced that were coming out soon. And the only two that are on the 3D website from Diamond Select is Venom and Deadpool. And as soon as I get the Deadpool one in, I'll do a review on that. What I will do is make sure that George and I link up so this guy gets put on display or nay, because I want to know what you guys think. And that's pretty much all I have about this bust. I think if you're a Venom fan, overall, it looks really good. Venom fan, pick it up. Thumbs up from me. And with that, I'll say if you want to stay on top of the latest in the world of collecting, please head over to mcecentral.com. That's Marvel's Collectible and Entertainment, where you can find some of the latest unboxing and reviews of some of your favorite pop culture characters. God, that was a lot to say. But don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit the bell so you can be notified every time we upload a video. And until next time, my friends, keep it marvelous.